The alarm sounds, another day begins. But what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary isn't just what they do, it's what they tell themselves before they do anything at all. You see, most people never realize that the most important conversation they'll have today is the one they have with themselves before their feet ever touch the floor. That first internal dialogue sets the trajectory for everything that follows. I want to ask you something that might make you uncomfortable. When was the last time you deliberately chose your first thoughts of the day? When did you last consciously select the words that would shape your next 24 hours? Most never do. Most let circumstances, moods, or yesterday's problems dictate their mental direction, and then they wonder why they keep arriving at the same destination. The quality of your life isn't determined by what happens to you. It's determined by what happens in you. And what happens in you begins with what you tell yourself when the day is young and the possibilities are fresh. I learned this lesson the hard way. There was a time when my mornings were chaotic, reactive, not proactive. My mind would immediately race to problems, deadlines, worries. Before I'd even brush my teeth, I'd lived through a dozen potential disasters in my head. Is it any wonder I felt exhausted before noon? The change came when I realized something so simple, yet profound. I was letting my life be driven by default settings rather than deliberate choices. And the most powerful choice I could make was what to tell myself in those first critical moments of consciousness. Today I'm going to share with you the 5 statements that transformed my mornings, my days, and ultimately my life. These aren't just positive affirmations or empty phrases. They're commitments to yourself that fundamentally alter how you show up in the world. But first, I want to be clear about something. This isn't about ignoring reality or pretending challenges don't exist. It's quite the opposite. It's about preparing yourself mentally and emotionally to face reality with your full capacities engaged. It's about arming yourself with the perspective that empowers rather than diminishes. So let's talk about the first thing you should tell yourself every morning, and it may surprise you because it's not what most motivational speakers would suggest. I own this day, not I hope this day goes well, not I'll try to make this a good day. But I own this day. There's a world of difference between approaching your day as something that happens to you versus something that belongs to you. Ownership changes everything. When you own something, you treat it differently, don't you? You take care of it, you make decisions about it, you don't let others misuse it, you protect its value. A day is exactly 86,400 seconds. Rich or poor, young or old, we all get the same allocation. But some people squeeze extraordinary value from those seconds, while others let them slip away. Have you ever noticed how some people seem perpetually victimized by time? I don't have enough time. Where'd the day go? I'm always behind. These are the statements of someone who views time as their master rather than their resource. Let's contrast that with those who own their days. They don't have more time. They have more ownership. They make decisions about their time rather than letting circumstances decide for them. I remember speaking with a single mother of 3 who worked 2 jobs and was finishing her degree. When I asked her how she managed it all, she said something I'll never forget. Every morning, before my feet hit the floor, I remind myself that this day is mine. Not my boss's, not my kids', not my professors', mine. And I choose to share it with them from a place of strength, not surrender it from a place of obligation. That's ownership, and it begins the moment you wake up. Now, when you tell yourself, I own this day, several things happen. First, you position yourself psychologically as the decision maker rather than the decision taker. Second, you create a mental framework of responsibility. This day's outcomes are primarily your creation. And third, you establish an expectation of intentionality. Owners don't waste what's valuable to them.